your spark so bright. The crowd's electric, feeling right, sway with the light. Your touch is magic, sets me free like a live wire. Hold me close against the beat, let's feed the fire. Hold me close, baby, let the rhythm stream. Feel the heat, we're burning like a wild dream. Hold me close, baby, dance until we tire. In this ocean of sound, let's light the fire. The stars above, they pulse and gleam just like our hearts. Your electric smile, it beams, ignites the dark. Our bodies move like flowing streams in perfect time. We'll set the night aglow and climb skies sublime.
Yeah.
Hold me close, baby, let the rhythm stream. Feel the heat, we're burning like a wild dream. Hold me close, baby, dance until we tire. In this ocean of sound, let's light the fire. The stars above, they pulse and gleam just like our hearts. Your glad heat, we're burning like a wild dream. Our bodies move like flowing streams in perfect time. We'll set the night aglow and climb skies sublime. Slip into this moment now, away we drift. Feel the surge, just let it flow.
Alright, so let's get this show started here, man.
We're molecules in dance, ignition, pure delight.
Big up Sleepy every time. So the bullet. So we're gonna continue in part 2 here of messing around with this cumbia beat. Now, why did Bullet select it? I don't know why, but hey man, that's what we do. We make it a challenge here. So I'm gonna jump right into it here, so you can tune in when you want to, Bullet. So we started from here. So we're gonna do a couple adjustments here. I'm probably gonna take, maybe see if I can add a little bit more low end. So you see, as I'm making decisions here, instantly there's a need for rebalance, because certain stuff is getting louder, and that's what we got to do. Let me go ahead and add another SSL strip here. So we got to make this a little bit louder here. Maybe add a little bit of compression. Add a little bit of body, a little bit of clarity here. Now I'm only doing this solo because I have good ear experience here, but I won't encourage you to do it by itself unless you're tone shaping, like you're changing the top end. But normally you want to make the adjustments within the mix while it's playing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a trusty LA3A from UAD. It's very good for bass instruments here. So let me see here. That's a 2A actually. I want the 3A. So I'm gonna go down LA 38. There it is. I don't know why I have it because I bought it. We need a little bit of preamp, so let's throw a little bit of API in. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's add the API. See, whatever genre we choose, we gotta keep pumping strength and volume and power in it. So, now a trick to do from time to time when we want to make certain stuff to kind of step a little back without sounding up in our face. It's at the front, but we want to have it to step in the back. This is what we can do here. We're going to take the API EQ here, and I'm gonna play the piano by itself just as demonstration. You want to use frequencies that similar to what you use for like kick drums. I'm talking about 2, 3, 400 key range. So we want to make the piano sound a little bit smoother. So let's see what we got here. Now the API. We have the 500. If I go to the lower, we have 400, 300. So I can choose between the 400, 300, and 500, 700. Let's try. Actually, I'm already using this to boost bass. So let's try the 500 here. I'm gonna pull that down a little bit. Bring it into the track. So it kind of smooths out the piano, but not making it too quiet. So what can we add? Well, we talked about wanted to add some guitars, right? So let's pull up the contact instrument here, and I might just go random on this one here. Maybe we can use the Renegade guitar. I'm gonna load that up. Now always take off these two switches here, so the note don't bend randomly. So we're starting from G sharp. Let me take off the effects, maybe a delay. I can choose between this one sounds a little bit more picky. So we can do two things in using a guitar accompaniment here. we can play the guitar in like the keys mode, or we can actually do something similar to what we did with the horn section. So if I'm pulling up the guitar here, so we can do this. I'm just doing the G sharp major to D sharp major to C sharp major. Or we can do something similar to how we played. We originally played the piano like this. So what we're gonna do is come up with some like I said, arpeggiated notes. Well, I don't want to say arpeggiated, but that's a good move right there. We can do. So let's first of all, I'm gonna add a GTR to this thing here, because we're gonna need a little bit more volume and power to the guitar. Hope your Sunday is going good, buddy. Now using Stompbox sounds, we can allow the guitar to sound spatial, or we can just do like a pulse thing. Let me go back in here. I might just go ahead and use a preamp. Better than the API, right? So as this track is playing, you want to come up with notes that is complementing, like what we did for the horn section, right? And my bad, it was C sharp major. Yeah. Now I do want some form of delay here, so let me. Yeah, my bad. The song is C sharp major. So this is gonna be the first one we do, and then we'll come up with it. We're gonna play some. I'm gonna show what we did. Let me play it down. Put it down. I'm gonna show what I did. We're playing some notes and we're resting on it and coming back. Here we go. So I'm gonna almost cancel my project here, man. Here we go. So you see the guitar is complementing and just moving along. So I'm playing and I'm pausing, and compliment like there's a lead artist on the track. That's how I'm treating the behavior of the guitar. But let's add some depth to the guitar here. I'm gonna add some reverb here. So it all depends on what the singer is doing. You might say, Ray, well, what are you playing? Coming back to C sharp major, right? Now, like I said, you're gonna have to utilize and practice. I'm not trying to downrank your skills, but as a musician, but it's similar to what I've been teaching you with omitting certain notes from the chord to create a guitar movement. So ultimately, if I know we're moving from C major, C sharp major actually, G sharp major, F sharp major, I'm with a D sharp bass, you're gonna have to come up with, you know, the little pick lines. See, like that is a technique. D sharp bass, and I'm moving with F sharp, G sharp, and C sharp, but I'm bouncing between G sharp and A sharp. So I'm going. Play it again slowly. You see, that's like a guitar flow. So I can go. So we can go. We can do the harmony part. These two notes here. Now if you're really sharp, we can pull the pitch bend down. These two notes here, G sharp and the F. If I add a middle note, C sharp, that makes up C sharp major. So if I'm doing the guitar, remember, omit the middle note. Pull the pitch bend down on the G sharp. So I go, well, do it quick. We do that and then we hit the F key. So we go. We can do that, right? Now, the next thing we were talking about is getting the live drums in there, give it a little bit of live feel to it. I'm gonna check the level here on my performance meter here to make sure I'm not eating up a whole buttload of CPU. So I'm gonna pull in contact here, And let's see, maybe I can use, let me use I'm gonna use 20 Royster's DW kit. And actually you can use any VST drum kit actually. Let's see how this sounds. I'm gonna do a little bit of freestyle with the drums, just see how it sounds. It can work. So what we're gonna do with the drums, like I said, this is on your skills. We're gonna kind of mess around with the live hi-hats and just do rolls, right? Want to make sure our hi-hats is being heard here. So if I go into my mixer, built-in mixer here, so it's just rolls we're gonna be doing, just to give it a little, you know. Let's start at the front here. Fade that down so it doesn't overtake the drums. We just want a little bit of roll happening in the background. That's a nice move right there. As you can see, the acoustic guitar adds like a nice realistic flavor touch to it. You can't get that vibe too from drum kit VSTs as long as it's a good preset. It can't work for that. And as you can see, this style here, what I've noticed about this style, it's very kind of a little similar to Jab Jab. And that's what he's doing. Now, additional sounds. What else can we add to make this thing a little bit, you know, deeper where it should go? We don't want to overcrowd it because of the nature of the track. Pretty much, if you have a very good singer and good backup singing, that would kind of complete the whole track. Another thing that's been used in cumbia music is accordions. So we can do the same thing with the guitar, kind of little call and answer back is what I like to call it. If I go on the woodwind here, let's see if we can find an accordion here. Woodwinds. There's the one right here. It's kind of a little quiet. You might say, well, how do you like fill in? Because you don't want to be playing the exact same thing every time if you're gonna use an accompanying instrument like an accordion. Remember the kind of guideline. The more stuff you add, the less you play. Right? Just experimenting here. We already did this already, so we don't want to mess with that. Now let me add a little bit of reverb to this. I like this part right here. We can either use the top one, top octave, or the bottom one. Let's see. I'm gonna use the top one. There we go. So as you can see, I'm just pausing and wait, coming back. Let me fix that part where it's the MIDI is kind of, you know, sped up a little bit here. Let's see. Right about here. So I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. Feel like a Brazil moment, man. Just give me an idea. I mean, there's no rules to how many stuff you can add to a track. But you got to be doing it with care and caution, right? You don't want to just be flinging stuff out there. The idea that came to mind as I was listening to this is maybe add an actual. Let's try something from maybe acoustic guitar. I'm gonna load that up. I'm gonna use a 12 string. I'm gonna see if I can find something Latino to go along with it. This is gonna help create like real realism as well. So as you can see, we have a handmade. So we know that the track is in C sharp. Now, regardless of the genre here. Let me bring up the volume for this. Regardless of the genre, for guitar, specifically for strum acoustic guitars like these or deluxe guitar, we're gonna have to speed up the response time for the actual library. Now these are strummed libraries, but as you can see, it's playing too slow. Even if I go to another one, that might be a little bit too fast. Now you never know how it sounds unless you put it in the mix. Now for this one here, because I would like to hear what it's doing, we can go back into, let's see, playback, and the tempo. What we're gonna switch it to 2x here. So for the whatever style you choose and you feel like it's too slow, go back into the settings and go to the you know, the pattern, so you can play it. So we know it's C sharp major, G sharp, and F sharp major, with that D sharp bass. So now I can go through each one of these, see how it sounds. Let's try the other one. Now I'm not feeling that. I'm gonna go to, let's call this one Aldelasia. I'm just gonna go and play it back and make sure the setting is back on 1, because the library itself is linked with the 135 tempo, but certain styles might be less. Right off the bat, I can tell some of these might not work. That's Tennessee, so that might work. Let's try this one here. Now I'm triggering the different patterns with the black and white keys on the left. Let's play the track. Let me take the piano off so we can hear what's exactly happening with the guitar. There we go. Put it down. It's somewhat giving me an effect here, but I'm not feeling it too much. I'm gonna raise the preamp. I'm gonna try the different presets. Let's try folk. That won't work. Choose something that sounds a little bit plucky, right? Latin Lover. Let's see what we got. It's not gonna work. I'm still in the. So, fortunately, none of these guitars are working. I mean, they sound cool, right? We're gonna load up the deluxe version here. Sometimes, well, they can work on soca definitely, and pop music, and even dancehall. Cumbia is another thing. Let's see if we can find something in here. We don't want another pick, so I'm just gonna skip this. Let's go to another one. Rock show. Let's see how that sounds. We never know until we bring it up in the rhythm here. I'm not feeling it. Now remember, we're not trying to mix the cumbia with anything else. We're just finding a guitar that can work alongside it. That's definitely not gonna work. Let's see what we got here. That's like a pick. We already did the pick side. Trying to hear what this is actually doing. But hey, it was a try, right? We tried to make something to it. I'm not gonna jump into any more guitars here. It's just an idea. But like I said, for this kind of music here, if I would add more stuff, we would go less. For example, let's bring up wave station here. I'm just trying to open your perspective, because whenever you have the fuse of soca, well, soca, what can I say? Cumbia and soca music are very differently. Certain percussions similar to what soca been playing, as we identified in this beat, but sometimes one drum move can turn this into a soca. I mean, if you want to add like the soca ingredients to this rhythm, then you can practically turn it into a soca, right? what am I talking about here? If we look at the drums, right? All this stuff right here so far, that's like jab jab by itself. All that's missing is that to make a soca. This piano is what changed it back to cumbia. So if you want to fuse that, it's gonna sound more soca than cumbia actually. But if that's what you're going for, man, you're the boss. The way it is right now is very spot on to cumbia. All you need is a Spanish singer, man. But you can put the soca drums underneath that, and it's gonna sound more soca than cumbia. It's not gonna really sound. You have the hi-hats playing similar to what you would do in power soca, a little bit faster. It's on you. Personally, me, I have not kind of tried to fuse both. It is a possibility, but I have not tried to fuse both this and soca music. What I would do with soca music is bring the EDM, try to fuse that with pop or techno, because that constant pulse. And the reason why it's a big difference, because techno music doesn't have like off time percussions like cumbia. You know, you have that you know, like, so technically techno is a little bit more easier to infuse some of the sound, but we're still retaining the soca foundation, the strength of the drum. We're not trying to make it sound techno soca. It's soca, but it's coming with a slight twist to it, but it's still hard hitting soca. So I mean, like I said, man, every producer is different, man. Like I said, like, because if I would take a drum, right, if we omit the piano, and I would take a drum, let's see if we can find one real quick here. We can transform the rhythm itself into a soca without the breaking of a sweat here. Even if I use this, right? See if I add that in, right? Playback. You know, playback. Now the spots that we put in the break, the horn, it can work because it's kind of like a groovy thing, right? If we put the piano with the drum, let's see what's going on here. So as you can see, although I'm playing that, it's soca kind of still overcomes it. Why? Because the ingredients that they were using before, the little off time cumbia drums thing, it kind of already, like I remember I said at the beginning, right? I said it sounds like it feels like a little bit of jab going on. So this is why I'm saying, to me, I mean, this is my opinion, right? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. It's more of a strong soca than an actual fusion. The only thing being added to this thing is the cumbia piano. So, but as you can hear, it's still soca. It's not cumbia and soca. Remember, Baron Lee did the which kind of a little bit closer to what cumbia we're doing, um, but it's a good thought. But the drum is in the right place to claim soca. I just it's just gonna personally I think it's just gonna sound like right now it sounds a little bit different. It's totally different. Still soca music because of the drums. That snare drum finishes off the ingredients that the other things had. The bass is playing in a soca swing, but the piano and that drum is giving it a little twist, a little twist. But you're the man, Bullet. So, but I'm just saying, man, I'm different. I mean, if somebody wanted something like this, I would definitely, the customer's always right? Take that snare back out. Because we can easily take this, play the soca guitar in it. See how it sounds. See, you can add the soca guitar swing to it. The bottom line is whatever genre, whatever composition, what you're composing, you're doing, you're making sure that it has low end, it has strength. 99% of all my mixes, I bring this thing up here, this big digital. It does wonders. It allows the track to sound wide, and the SSL from the UAD, the G Master is amazing. But nothing wrong with new idea. I'm not trying to say the thing doesn't sound good, but like this cumbia piano still, like what we're doing here definitely can work. I think I've heard some songs before similar to it. So but as you can see, it's very similar to Jab Jab on the drum side. Maybe we wanted to learn how the Spanish guy did the thing. Well, it's not a lot happening in the drum, it's just the style of it. This plugin here does a lot of wonders on the mix. The stuff like the trombone, I will kind of back off on certain notes, but I'm just kind of inputting everything like he was at a verse. But I wouldn't just crowd everything like this. Say it was the actual song with levels. Maybe take out a little bit of trombone. Don't leave too much. Remember, less is more. Every time you're adding in more stuff, play less. That's a good guideline. It's not a rule, but a good guideline to follow for that. So, any questions, Booth? Where you are so far? Let me know what's happening with your beats. What's happening with your beat, my brother? What are you building lately? Send me some of your stuff, but because I learn stuff too. Like when I get stuff from people, listen to their style, what their imagination was on it. Let me know what's up. What you're doing on that side, or you're just taking down notes. It's good to take down notes and watch video, but if you don't put these to work, you're gonna feel like you're still missing something. When I was young, I used to spend 2-3 hours a day just playing keyboards. So at least every week I'm still on the keyboards because I gotta make content, not just for you, but for my channel as well, for other fans. So sometimes it's good to get in and just play something, even if you're not thinking about building a beat. Just sit down and play something. You never know where it's gonna go. But I like the original song for this style. Is very nice. It's very popular. And like, if you have an artist, I definitely think you can take some of the cumbia or what do you call it, fusion. But put that, like the piano alone would make a difference along with the accordion, because funny thing is accordion is being used in bouillon music, so it kind of have a similar thing. um, Definitely you could turn it into a project that somebody might want to go on. Maybe somebody sing parts in English and the other person sing parts in Spanish, but it's still a nice kind of soca thing, cumbia, whatever you want to call it. So too easy, but too easy. Let me know what's up, man. What's going on in your neck of the woods? If there's any software out there you're looking to try to get, is there any tools you need to master in Studio One? There are certain things you don't understand, or bus or routing or exporting. Let me know what's going on. We can also incorporate those stuff within Studio One sessions. Other than that, let me know what you're doing on production. What area do you think or you're trying to go for? What sound you like? You might say, hey, Bullet, I'm thinking about bringing some cumbia and try to bring something else new to. So send me some other stuff. Let's see if we can work on that. You know, maybe share some ideas on how, like what we're doing today. How you want to make these sounds and turn it into something original that not a lot of soca artists or Caribbean artists are doing. It's good to sound new than sound. It's good to sound new than sound. How do I say it? Now, it's good to sound different than sound new, because everybody's bringing out something new. I mean, like new songs, but they're not bringing out a different, a style or feel. So that's why, like my soca, well, I'm gonna say my soca, but how I try to put certain things in it gives it its own swing, slightly different from how the islands would do theirs. Like I said, I try to bring in some of these rock or EDM sounds into groovy, into jab, into power, and still make it work, because we don't stray away. We keep the blueprint. So it's good to keep that in mind. Sound different than sound new. That's a sound different than sound new. That's been a big plus for my channel, man. I would never think soca music would do that for me here on YouTube, because there's still not a lot of materials out there with soca. I don't know why these guys refuse to show or educate the public to say, hey, this is Trinidad, this is Antigua, this is Anguilla, this is Grenada, whatever. One person doesn't own the culture, man, but that's just the way things are, my brother. But it makes it more easier for us, because we're diving into the bone of it. So let me know what you need help with, from Brother Ray, with what you want to see on the next video, what you want to try, and we've covered mixing tips. Keep bringing stuff back to the front. We've covered busting, how to control things in your session. But the inspiration keeps going, because you might hear stuff from the old days and stuff from what's happening now, and want to make your own stuff. So you let me know, my brother, what you want Brother Ray to touch on next, and say, let's try some of this bullet. I want to create something like this. Let's create something together. So, but on that note, I hope you enjoy your Sunday, man. Thank you for faithfully attending my soca church. And it's a big thanks of appreciation, man. Thank you for your patience, your continuous support, and being a good supporting brother as you are. Everything I do, like I said, everything is go right back into the content, equipment, everything. So let me know how I can help and how you can grow. Let me know what's up with Jadelle, or some New York girls want to jump into the cumbia fusion thing with Bullet. Let me know what's up with that. Don't be afraid to reach out to people, Bullet. Remember, I'm doing this stuff for the love, not the likes. I had no intention of selling course, maybe just beats, but it was you and the fans, you know, that said, hey man, where's your soca course at? Do you do coaching? You know, where's your beat? Do you offer mix and master? So all these, do you have a website? I went and sacrificed and did all these things because of you guys. That's I'm appreciative of it. That's how I always big up the bullet every time. So I'm gonna park there, my brother, because this rhythm right here, this rhythm is pretty much done. I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, I'm gonna try to something. When something is done, it's good. All it needs is some Spanish vocals. You know. So I'm gonna stop there, my brother, and we're gonna keep in touch. Let me know what's going on in New York. Send some New York y'all my way. Some New York. And we're gonna link up. Big up the bullet every time. International. Non-stop.